Good morning, everyone. It's a lovely day here. Get the sun coming in through my window. And I woke up very early today. I was surprised because yesterday I was really tired. I was drained and I only woke up like around 9 in the morning. But today I got up really, really early. So I stepped out onto my balcony and I took some photos like I usually do. And I'm just going to keep at my job applications. I've also updated my GoFundMe link and the links that I use to say that I'm looking to return to Zimbabwe because that is part of my initiatives with what I'm doing. I'm reaching a global audience. So many people in Canada don't want to change, but things are going to change because the more you get immigrants coming in, the more the culture gets affected, and then things do eventually change. And this idea that rules are rules, it doesn't work because rules change, laws change, and they change, and the changes come about through us. Just like in the Bible, things changed for the holy people, for the holy family, through the community, and even acceptance of Christ that changed through the community. Because although he was rejected and he was crucified, that acceptance came after he was resurrected from the dead. And his teachings still live on today. So keep praying for me. I'm getting a lot of recruiters contacting me, unlike before, which is good. And things seem to be picking up, at least in Toronto, with the job markets. So I'm hoping I get a role soon. But again, it's taking a very, very long time. So I don't know when and if it's going to work out the way I want, because I initially wanted to work with the poor. That was my whole point. I wanted to work with the poor and the marginalized and get a career in that line. But I've landed up working in spiritual direction, but that's all free. There's no fees involved in that. And I can't live like that. I can't sustain myself like that. And I've had opportunities in banking, construction, engineering, healthcare, education, but it's all been short-term work and very, very low-paid work. So my request is that you pray for me to get a good paid job, something that's going to pay me what my colleagues who I started with are earning, at least $70,000 a year. Because to buy a home here, you really need to be earning at least $100,000. So it was a miracle that I even bought my condo in the first place. And it's unfortunate that I couldn't keep it. But I'm not going to give up. And I'm not going to give up trying and give up hope. And I feel very strongly that those opportunities to work with companies and organizations in Zimbabwe are going to open up for me. I'm already working with organizations in South Africa. And I'm working with the university I graduated from. So I'm confident that things will open up for me. And a lot of the priests know me in Toronto now. Priests that I helped at Newman Center, at my parish, visiting priests. There's a lot of them that know me. And they are also praying for me. And I don't think I'm going to land up living here forever. I think I'm going to land up going back to Zimbabwe. But that would be nice for me because I like the sunshine, I like the warmer weather. I enjoyed my life there. For me, this is not a life, sitting at home the whole day, not going out, not having a workplace to go to, and not having that social peace that comes about when you're in the office and you have that energy from other people, you're meeting people. This business of working online is fine during COVID and, when there's a pandemic and things like that, then I support it, yes. But things have been back to normal for a long, long time now, and people are not working from home. So I feel like I'm the only one that since COVID, I haven't had any opportunity to go back to a full-time role. And so, yeah, it's discouraging, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep praying for those opportunities to open for me with good pay and good hours, and with companies that know what they're doing and they can fix their IT and not discriminate against people's voices and all of that. Because, I mean, the Americans really need to wake up. Everybody's got an accent. Everybody. And saying that you can't understand them and shouting at us because you don't understand our accents, that doesn't work. This is the modern world. The days of slavery are over, and even Canada's being monitored by the UN now. Those days are gone, where you can shout at people and scream at people and tell them to fuck off on the phone when they're trying to help you with customer service and doing their jobs like we are. Those days don't happen now. And I'm very proud of teleperformance workers for pushing back. I'm proud of them, because even the Indian girls that come here from India, they tell them your tests are biased. What you're doing is biased. Stopping people from taking their phones on the floor and all that, it's bias. And you can't use the excuse that, oh yeah, 2 people took our information and put it on the internet. You know what? That happens in every industry. There's not an excuse to punish like thousands of people because 2 people violated your policy, and then most probably you kept them on top of that and you let the rest of us go when we did a good job for you and we won Employee of the Month and we benefited your company. Like, it's so screwed up, it's not even a joke. So anyway, that's what I'm hoping for, because I can't do those jobs on the phone anymore because of my ears. I've got tinnitus now. And when I was telling them, like with other people, with some of my supervisors and things, we all started out in the same positions. They took them off the phones and chats. They gave them supervisor jobs, or they gave them other jobs at Teleperformance. They didn't do anything for me. Just like every other company I've worked for in Canada. And yet I'm the one who's been so good, who's helped them to put policies in place, procedures, improve things in the workplace, organized events. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense how they're treating me. And I'm supporting the unions forming at Teleperformance. I'm supporting the workers demanding over $20 an hour in order to put food on the table and to work. I'm supporting all of it because none of us wanted to take those jobs. All of us who are working there came from leading universities, whether those universities are here or in India or in Africa. We graduated with master's degrees. Some of us have Masters of Arts, some of us have MBAs. Some of us worked in EY and Accenture and couldn't get jobs, or had government jobs and they got let go. So we had to take whatever was available. So I'm supporting it. I'm supporting it all the way, and more power to those unions. Because if you don't treat your workers right, your company suffers in the end. If you treat your workers right, you accommodate people, you save thousands of dollars, because when those employees leave, you're losing all that investment, all that training, everything they brought to your company. They're going to now just take with them and leave because you couldn't be bothered to accommodate them. You couldn't be bothered to fix your IT systems. You couldn't be bothered to spend a little more on wages to retain the knowledge and the education. So, I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense what companies are doing in Canada, but that's how they've been doing things since I came here, because the executives who are running the companies, like the managing directors and that, they're like, oh, our biggest cost is employee salaries. So we're just going to cut the salaries. And then what? Your buildings are sitting there empty. Your infrastructure's there. You're paying thousands in rent and everything else. You're paying thousands to then go out and find new people, retrain them, onboard them, put everything else into place, and then you start again. And then you tell people that this is good, this makes sense. It only makes sense in your world. That's why all the other G7 countries are coming up. That's why all the other nations are rising up, because you keep doing the same thing and you keep telling everybody that it's good. And meanwhile, your own families are suffering. You're losing your children to drugs, to unemployment, to prostitution. And you're still telling people that this is the right solution, and it's not. It's not. So anyway, that's all I can say. Even here in this building, this posh high-end condominium, I advertised to clean. I got horrible text messages back saying that, oh, if you come and clean for us, if you want to have sex with us as a couple, we'll pay you extra. That's completely inappropriate. It's completely inappropriate. I'm your colleague. I'm somebody living next door to you or on a different floor from you, and you're sending awful messages like that in the name of tolerance. That's not tolerance. Or you're sending me messages saying, oh, we're going to come to your condo and have a harem party and we're sending you condoms. Or we finished in the gym. Once we finish in the gym, we're coming to your place to eat with you. That's completely inappropriate. They have no manners. No manners. And that's where you talk about the difference between cultural integration and understanding how to live with people, how to interact. It's sickening. It's sickening. I don't own this condominium, so I don't put the rules in place. But that is very inappropriate. It's very inappropriate. So anyway, yeah, just continue to pray for me, please. And to pray that things fall into place for me. I do get interviews for executive assistant jobs, receptionist jobs, project coordinator jobs, and I do get recruiters reaching out to me. But it's just like once they present you, it seems to go into a black hole. And many of the recruiters are in America. So the companies are outsourcing the recruitment to companies in America, and then those recruiters are reaching out to me here. So just have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't want to go to America. I don't like the culture. I don't like how they treat people. And even the people that are coming here from other cultures don't just send messages like that, especially to somebody like me. I mean, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who they know. I don't know who they know. And they don't know who I know. I'm connected to a lot of the MPs on my LinkedIn. I'm connected to world leaders. I'm connected to Dr. Chakwera and to many of the leading political figures. And that's not because of the one campaign. It's because of the work I've done in the community with helping people with refugee work, with the HRPA, sitting on boards, sitting on mentoring committees. It's got nothing to do with other people. It's the work I've done. That's why they're connecting with me. So that's why even my GoFundMe, my Give, Send, Go, I'm putting those out there, because when I go to the banks, when I go to places that lend money, they're saying you don't have an income, so we can't lend to you. Well, then how do you get an income? If I'm doing everything I can to get this going and to have that investment, how can you blame me? You can't. It's my circumstances. And I mean, when I tell people, they say, oh, call the police. The police can't do anything. They can't do anything. They couldn't do anything in my harassment case. They can't do anything. All they can do is talk to them and tell them to stop. And even then, they don't stop. They have no respect for the police. They don't. So I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I can understand how people end up having mental health breakdowns and all that, because it's not just happening to me. It's happening to many people. You get all these stupid messages saying that, oh, you can't hold a job, you're delusional, you should go and get a psychiatric assessment done. You don't know who you're dealing with. Could be your neighbor, like how it was people here in the building for me. It's ridiculous. It's very, very upsetting for people who come from good homes, good backgrounds, and for somebody like me who grew up without my dad and did everything to make him proud of me. It's very, very upsetting, because you don't work and study and graduate and do all these things to land up going into prostitution, or to land up saying that, yeah, we should all take drugs and sit and get high and destroy companies. That's not the reason I went to university and studied and worked hard and helped people, not just in Canada, but in Zimbabwe, in England, in South Africa. So they don't even know me, and I called them and I told them to stop. I called them. Every time they messaged me, I called them and I told them to stop. Who do they think they are? Everybody's got the same rights and the same responsibilities, and I am doing everything I can to get a job. And I have many colleagues who are working at BMO. They also putting my name forward for jobs. I have many colleagues who have left Teleperformance who got jobs in marketing, even the security guards. They also putting my name forward. So I'm confident in the Lord and I'm trusting the Lord. I just hope it comes sooner rather than later, so that I can get off this welfare and start paying my bills and building up my finances and coming up. And I'm requesting it again. Please pray for my initiatives to work, to form those bonds with Africa, and that I get the sponsorships and I get the help I need, because I know I'm good and I know I'm doing a good job. And I know that without the Lord's favor on my life, I wouldn't sing like I do. I wouldn't play like I do. I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do. So I'm confident, and I know that things will work out for me. I just need it to be sooner rather than later. So, yeah, it's very, very hard. Thank you, my friend Jeanette. My pain is very transparent, because you know what? It's been going on since the day I came to Canada. There's no supports. That 733 doesn't go anywhere. Your internet costs at least $100 a month. Your phone costs at least another $70 a month. Plus you've got rent. Rents are an average of $3,000 in Toronto. So it covers nothing. And then even if you take money or you take help from the food banks, that's only, they'll send you lentils, they'll send you dry foods. There's no protein. So you still have to have some help, whether it's from the community or your family. You need to get help. And they even tell you that if a non-profit helps you, they can give you up to $10,000 for your rent. So that's what I'm praying for, because it's tough. It's tough, especially when you're on your own and you're a woman and you're single. They don't give you the respect you deserve. That's what I find in Canada. They're not like our Zimbabwe women. Our Zimbabwe women are strong. And you know what? We had that support from Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe pushed for us women to get an education, to come up, to go into different professions. And that's why we're strong. It was because of him. People can say a lot of things about Robert Mugabe, but they always look at the bad. They don't look at the good things he did. So thank you, my friends, for supporting me, especially Jeanette. I appreciate your comments and I see them. And it's good to share our journeys and to bare our souls, because it encourages other women and it encourages those who are going through the same struggles as us to learn from us and to not give up and to put our faith in the Lord. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting every bit of my faith in the Lord and I'm trusting in Him.